pain on the outside of your knee, you may have ITB syndrome or runner's knee. Keep watching to find out what it is and how to fix it. The ITB or iliotibial band is a thick band of fascia or connective tissue which runs from just above the hip here down the side of your thigh and inserts just below the knee. What happens with running is the ITB, as it crosses over the knee, as you pass 30 degrees flexion, the ITB flicks backwards, and as you straighten out the leg, the ITB flicks forward. And you can imagine with people like marathon runners or long distance cyclists, where you're constantly having that band of tissue flick over that lateral femoral condyle, you can get some friction build up. So the more and more activity you're doing, the more and more friction that can build up, and that can start to cause you pain. Although you're getting your pain on the outside of your knee, it's important to remember that with the ITB, there is two major muscles that insert into that band of connective tissue. So on the front, we have the TFL, or the tensor fasciae latae muscle, which is a hip flexor, and then on the back, we have the glute muscle, which also comes down, and the glute max muscle, which is coming down and inserting into that band of connective tissue. And although it's tempting to want to really treat directly over where you're getting your pain, it's important that we focus our stretching, our exercises over those muscles which are adding to the tension down through that knee. Previously, people have really tried to rub out, stretch, really get their elbows into their ITB to try and get some relief of that tightness. And research is now showing that you can't actually stretch through that ITB or through that piece of fascia. So we want to focus our exercises on that TFL and that glute muscle. When treating an ITB syndrome, it's important that you rest, so you decrease your training intensity and how often you're training to try and stop that repetitive flicking over that lateral femoral condyle. And you can also ice directly over the area to try and bring down that inflammation. But we're going to go over a couple of stretches for that TFL and glute muscle to try and help your ITB friction syndrome. Massage can be really useful about getting those muscles to relax. If you don't have anyone to help you with that, try and grab your lacrosse ball, so not your spiky ball because it can be a little too harsh in through there, and either using against the wall or the floor, getting in against that TFL muscle through the front of the hip here, or through your glute max muscle as well. So if we're on the wall, finding those tight spots, really focusing on those until you're getting a relaxation in through there, doing that a couple of minutes each day. For my two favorite glute max stretches, I prefer to be in a seated position. The first one, you're in a figure 4 position and you're leaning your body directly forward. You can place some overpressure downwards on that knee to make that a little bit stronger, and you're holding that for 30 to 60 seconds and repeating 2 to 3 times. You can alternate that with grabbing that same leg and bringing it towards your opposite shoulder, and you should get a nice stretch over that whole backside of your hip through there, holding that 30 to 60 seconds and repeating 2 to 3 times. For your first TFL stretch, we're going to be in the standing position. We're going to get the side that we want to stretch out, so the side with your knee pain. We're going to cross that leg behind our opposite leg, and we're going to be using a wall for support. So for this one, we're going to place our arm up on the wall, and we're going to drop that hip right towards that wall, and you should get a nice opening sensation through that TFL, and you're going to hold that position for 30 to 60 seconds, repeat 2 to 3 times. My favorite TFL stretch is actually in a kneeling position. So you're going to place one leg up, and we're going to cross our back knee over further than what you normally would in a kneeling position. And then from here, we're going to tuck our bottom under and push forward. So it's like a little bit of a modified hip flexor stretch, but you should focus more in on that TFL muscle. I hope that answers all your questions about ITB syndrome. For more information, guys, check the link in the description below. Hope that helps, and we'll see you soon.